Hello, my beautiful people. Welcome to your weekly general tarot scope with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. I just want to say, if you thank you so much for being a part of the Radiant Nation and in this wonderful community. I appreciate you so much. If you are a continued subby, you know Rafi loves you. And if you're new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose, and this resonates, hit that subscribe button. Remember, my Tarot Level 1 course is launching very soon, if it's not already out there, which it should be. Remember, I batch record these, so I just wanted to make sure that I put that in. But if you have ever wanted to study tarot at a deeper level to get an insight into how I read the cards and what my thoughts and feelings are on certain things, if you would like to do that, now is your moment. You can sign up to the 12-week live course, which is with me. So you get 12 weeks of tuition, but then you also get 3 Q&As. As if that wasn't enough, there is also this time round a teach yourself tarot component. So for those of you that can't make it, maybe you don't have the time to be somewhere every week, etc., and all of that good stuff, there is a teach yourself course as well, which is all completely recorded. And I will say my Tarot Level 2 course will be coming out later this year. You will have to have taken Level 1, whether that's the live course or the recorded course. You will have to have taken level 1 with me in order to get that level 2 course. So with that said, let's get into the cards. I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity, and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help us all on our paths to our highest vibrational good. So that's one. Let me just get these decks shuffled so that we can get into the reading, as it were. All right, so that's two. And our deck of separated majors. And the Human Design Oracle deck by the wonderful Denise Matthew, who I will be collaborating with again very soon. Stay tuned. All right, so your triplet, your first triplet out, we've got the Six of Cups, we've got the Two of Wands. Oh, come on, iPad. All right, we've got the Six of Cups, we've got the Two of Wands, and we have the Three of Pentacles. So the overarching energy and message this week is not only about a sense of nostalgia, but it's also about building a collaborative network. All right, so this week, the greatest focus for us would literally be, it's not just about finding your tribe. This is about really connecting with people who actually put their money where their mouth is. People that when they say, let's do this, they actually show up to actually do whatever it is the plan was. This is about finding the people that really go as hard as you do. Now you've got this Six of Cups with the nostalgia or the past energy. The Two of Pentacles could potentially be a very lucrative idea in some regard. And then you've got the Three of Pentacles, which is about building it. The only thing that I want to say as a caveat this week is wherever you are working with, collaborating with, or working alongside someone, you need to make sure that they're going to deliver at the same level that you are, right? And if they're not, it's a no, quite frankly. Another way that this could also show up is that if you've ever thought to yourself, you know what, one day I'm going to go back and study that thing. One day I'm going to go back to school to do A, B, and C. This kind of suggests that this week, as long as you've got, it's not really about what you know, it's going to be about who you know and the connections that you have. That's really what's going to create the momentum, but also potentially even the resources that you need in order to make this happen. What I also would like to say is if you want to study, it looks like there's some kind of support that's available to you. For the world stage, we've got the Knight of Cups, we've got the King of Pentacles, and we've got the Four of Swords, right? This is very interesting to me for a few reasons. So, Knight of Cups. This is the Hermetic deck, by the way. I love them. They're so weird and wonderful. And the Four of Swords, right? This combination to me really speaks to this idea that whatever is put forward this week, it's like the people really take their time on it. This might be, something that like a nation or a world leader puts forward, and they're expecting this really sort of like, yeah, everybody, the people are totally behind it. They're rallying again, about this 100%. And yet, it's almost like everybody's like, where's the results? Like, yeah, this is what you're saying at the moment, and this is one of the predictions that I made with the year ahead stuff, especially with that universal 9-year energy reading that I did for the numerology. The reason I say this is because this year people aren't interested in what you say you're going to do. People are interested in what you actually do. Right? They're not interested in things that don't actually perform, and more importantly, they're not interested in anybody that doesn't really go to bat to do what they say they're going to do. Personally, I'm here for that, right? I think this is actually very helpful. The Knight of Cups with the King of Pentacles means that some kind of there's going to be a financial incentive for something, but then look, you've got this with the Four of Swords, so it might be either slow to manifest or maybe it just doesn't manifest at all. Now, one of the ways that I would say like that this could be like a financial incentive, when we were in the midst of the whole pandemic situation, here in the UK, I don't know how it was elsewhere in the world, but here in the UK, there was actually, at one point, they were paying young people and providing all kinds of, goodies, let's say, in order to get them to go and get themselves vaccinated. So this kind of feels like that. There's like an economic sort of promise of some sort. And with that Four of Swords, it's just not hitting the mark as much as they, quote unquote, might want it to. It just doesn't seem to have or gain the traction that they're looking for. This could also be around the unemployment situation in certain countries. Now, as we come into or for Monday, we've got the Hierophant, or in this deck, it's actually the Faith card, with the Page of Swords, which in this deck is the Princess of Swords, right? So as we come into the week on Monday, there's a focus on the established kind of rule of thumb. There's some kind of irritation in the status quo. It's also possible that a religious leader and or denomination could put forward some kind of decree, and it may get an endorsement from somewhere that creates a little bit of tension in, effectively we the people. So it'll be interesting to see how that unfolds. Now on Tuesday, we've got the Moon card, and we've got this with the Nine of Swords. Tuesday could be a very dark night of the soul kind of day for everybody. I haven't checked the astrology for this week yet, so it's interesting to see this combination, and it does make me wonder what's happening in this what's happening in the sky at this moment in time, because it looks like as a collective we might really be feeling that sort of like collective just like a collective sort of dark night of the soul. On a more personal level, this might be where you're going back over something in your head, and it's almost like we're saying to ourselves like, I could have done better, I should have done this, I should have done that, and it's like it's just wasted energy. Another way that this might play out is some external either conversation or some external conversation may really stir up a lot of sort of past, I was going to say baggage, but I think past baggage. It's almost like there's some kind of instinctual response or knee-jerk reaction to a conversation, and it's like it just sends everybody on a complete spiral. Be careful about getting sucked into conversations on Tuesday. For Wednesday, we have the Fool card, okay, with the Seven of Swords, right? So, the message for Wednesday is don't be a fool, right? Really listen to what you are being told. I want you to pay extra attention to the words that are being used, right? I want you to pay extra attention to to how incentivized something appears to be. Just yeah, like really keep your wits about you. Another way that this might show up for us is, you know, I will say for Wednesday as well, when it comes to emails, all the scam emails and stuff. This could be one of those days where you're just absent-mindedly, you press click, and then all of a sudden it goes wrong, or in I think it was 2020 or early 2021. This happened to me, and it was because I was expecting a parcel, and I got a text from Royal Mail to say that we've missed you, and can you please just put your details in here, and then it was like you have to pay for the redelivery, and I was like, oh, it was an item that was coming from overseas, so I knew like I had something, so I just figured like, oh, it's totally legit, but at the time I was doing something else, so it was kind of like I was registering but not really being very, like I wasn't scrutinizing it enough to realize like actually you're probably being scammed here, Raf. They took me for like 600 quid in the end, so be careful, all right? Just be really, really careful around these kinds of things, like dodgy text messages, weird emails, strange letters, just any and all forms of written communication that you get that centers around details, information, or money. Be extra vigilant and careful on Wednesday. And then for Thursday, you've got the Strength card and the Moon, right? So we've got a lot of lunar energy this week. And that being the case, I mean, it makes sense because we've got the new moon this week, right? I just want you to be sort of extra. Excuse me. I just want you to be extra focused on extra focused on yourself, but pay attention to what your body is telling you. Bodily and situational awareness will need to be cranked up a dial this week. The other thing with the Strength card, this is, a lot of the time it's a message to say you actually have the strength for this. You just need to believe that you do, or you need to know that you do. Because it shows up with the Moon card, it does make me think that you're maybe remembering your strength this week, or on the other side of this could be on a physical health and vitality level. This could be like a hormonal imbalance of some sort that you catch, and then you say, right, I'm going to do something about this. For Friday, we have the Empress, or the Lady Venus, with the Nine of Swords. This seems to be one of those weeks where there's a lot of focus on the aesthetic, there's a lot of focus on the body, and maybe not necessarily so much focus on the substance, right? So it's more kind of like style over substance. I want you to watch out for that, and I will say that this week, the tendency of people in general to want and need to escape is going to be real. Right, so watch out for that, and just for yourself, don't get sucked into it. The Friday, as in particular, if you can feel that you're at a low ebb, watch out, because whatever your vices are, even though this is the Empress, it's not the devil. This may be, I want to make myself feel good, so I'm just going to do this thing which I know usually makes me feel good. You might go down that path, and then you find, actually, not only did it not make me feel good, but it actually made me feel worse. So watch out for that. And I will say, putting a plaster on it, whatever it might be on Friday, is not the answer. It won't have the desired effect. So your weekend message is the Wheel of Fortune and the Page of Pentacles. A weekend of action, movement, laughter, joy, and also dedicated learning, right? what I love about this is the Wheel of Fortune is going to put us in the right place for gaining really important information or skills that we'll be able to put to use almost immediately. Whereas the Page of Pentacles, if you've been looking to get a side hustle off the ground, or you wanted to start an online business or anything along those lines, this could be a really good time to do it. But I would say maybe not necessarily for the launch. I really like this for just, getting it started and playing around with it and seeing what the software's doing and all of that kind of stuff. This is a really good time to start doing the practical element or the practical learning that you need in order to have the results, right? In order to get going with this thing in the future. And then for your Human Design Oracle deck card, you have the Gate 43 and Ahead. I love this card, and the message behind it is that something that you catch this week, something that you see, something that catches your eye, you realize is either going to be big or is not. And I would say this probably works the other way this week because of all of the cards that we've got. I say you, if you're watching this, obviously this message is for you because you caught it, right? That's how a lot of this stuff works. You'll be drawn to what you need at any given moment, right? Your divine sat-nav is always working. And so this week you will have an inkling of what to steer clear of or what not to be a part of or what not to be incentivized by way before anybody else does. And so while everyone is kind of falling for it hook, line and sinker, you might be that person that everyone's like, why are you being such a stuck in the mud? Whenever this, like you always do this, like you're always that person. And yet what you know is what you know, right? You can't unknow what you know. And that bodily and situational awareness, I think, is going to speak volumes this week. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of this good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.